and I want you to slow your scroll and put your phones away because we are continuing our conversation about technology. And so I've got my two good friends, Logan and Michaela, here to talk about all the technology things today. I want to start off this conversation with you guys and wanted to kind of give you a situation. Let's say I come to you guys and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am just so stressed. I've got so much going on in my life. What would you tell me to go do to kind of decompress, to de-stress, to relax a little bit without having like a screen in front of me, without having to use technology? What kinds of things would you tell me to go and do?
Yeah, honestly, I'm currently stressed right now. So what I would tell you to do is to do an at-home spa day. Like, take care of yourself, like, get into your favorite comfy PJs, get a face mask, and just decompress.
I love a good face mask.
Yes.
For me, I would say it's something just to not be inside on a screen, but get outside and do something that you enjoy. For me, it's me and my friends will play pickleball or spike ball, and I'll go fishing. I'll have a longboard, and I'll go through my neighborhood and try not to fall, and just anything for me being outside and just not having to think about the stress of school or work, and just something that I enjoy doing.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm already like de-stressed now. That sounds like so much fun. A spa day and also just hanging out with some friends
Yeah, and
outside.
if you really want to top it off, get some ice cream too.
Ice cream.
Yes.
That works.
Ice cream almost solves everything.
Yes.
So realistically, let's be real honest. You know, you'd mentioned, taking a walk in your neighborhood and doing outdoorsy stuff. How often are you going to your technology to escape and to get away from all the stressful things in life?
Not very often. Not as much as I want to.
Probably
Not at all.
right? Not as
Not at
much. And you probably, what is your, go-to technology that you would probably...
TikTok.
TikTok.
I love TikTok.
Okay.
I shouldn't love it, but
Yeah.
it's the scroll for me.
The scroll. That makes it so easy to just go on to the next video and watch the next thing.
Mine's YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, big into Disney movies and chick
Those
flicks.
streaming things.
Disney movies and chick flicks.
Chick
Come on.
flicks. Okay. So rom-coms. You like rom-coms?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Catch him in his feels real quick.
All right. So it is okay at times to turn to technology, and if you need a little bit of a laugh or you need to just get away and not think about it for a little bit, totally okay to do that with our technology. But if it takes more than that, if it dominates a lot of your time, it's probably not that great. But have you guys ever experienced anything like that with your technology?
Oh, absolutely. Because I don't only scroll on TikTok, but sometimes I even play video games. And one thing about video games is once you actually start playing, it's easy for hours to just go by. And next thing I know, I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, oh, I have a text message from my mom or a text message from my friend. And I've just completely just forgot about them in that moment.
Yeah, and for me, I've always kind of been guilty of this, of coming home from school or sports or work, and instead of talking to my family who I live with, just going straight to my room and trying to go to that thing to rest, and which is just video games or my phone or the computer, and I'm not talking to the people who are my family and who I should be spending time with and, wanting to be around.
I love those thoughts. I actually have a verse that I want to share with you guys that was written by a guy named Paul. It comes from Colossians 3, verse 5. And he writes this to them because he wants to make sure that they're living their lives the right way and they're focusing on the right things. And so this is what he says. He says, "Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature." What do you guys think about that in regards to technology?
That's good. Yeah, I think it definitely is an earthly nature to want to pick up your phone or a video game or any console and just kind of escape through that. And there's times where I know I should be doing school or hanging out with friends or talking to my family or doing something like a chore, but my earthly desire is just to say I'm tired and kind of do nothing and just escape into a screen.
Yeah, and instinctively reach for the technology, yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're escaping from something that is going on with friendship drama, maybe something's not going well at home, or you feel just overwhelmed by just life, period. It's so easy to just get so caught up in social media, gaming. So I really love that verse.
So does turning to technology to escape actually help you guys?
Absolutely not. I mean, for me personally, I've seen that it might have helped me like in that moment, like just very short term, but like long term effect of it, I'm missing out on my friendships. I'm ending up making bad grades on assignments, or I am just distracted by the screen.
Yeah, I think when I'm stressed or struggling with something in life or there's some tension going on in a relationship, it's very easy to, in the moment, just want to go sit down and not think about it. And in the moment, it's easier to not have to deal with it. But in the long run, it's more of a distraction than a solution, and never actually get around to feeling better and getting to where I want to be in that situation.
It actually reminds me of a verse that Paul wrote before the one that I read earlier, and it says, "Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things." And so how do you think that applies to our students and their use of technology?
Yeah, when I think of setting my mind on heavenly things, I think it's so easy in the years that we're living in now that technology is just taking over, and it's giving me a lot of anxiety. It's giving me a lot of insecurities. But what setting my mind on things above is, it reminds me of a scripture, 2 Timothy 1:7, where it says God doesn't give you a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. And I think with me, because I have a lot of anxiety, I think of that God has given me a spirit of love and a sound mind. So that is what I just speak over myself daily.
When I think of the earthly things that you're putting your mind on, like technology or video games or going to a screen, those are things that in the moment are just you're trying to escape some stress or insecurity, anxiety, and they might help in the moment, but you're going to need more and more, and it's going to keep you kind of stuck in this cycle. But fixing your eyes on heavenly things, focusing on God, being intentional, and where you're spending your time and what you're making a priority. And an easy way to start doing that now is to wake up and the first thing you do, rather than reaching and grabbing your phone, go to scripture or pray, starting your day thinking of the things in heaven rather than earthly desires. That's such a good way to align your heart with God and to just set the rest of your day into action.
So to wrap this all up, the last question of our conversation, what is something practical that a student can do this week?
Yeah, I think doing things that actually are giving you rest and actually helpful. But I think the biggest thing, honestly, is instead of getting distracted with videos or video games, get into prayer. Whenever I'm super stressed, spending time in prayer with God is by far the best way that just calms me down and gets me through the day, honestly.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I think for me, it would be getting into worship. I think it's so easy to get caught up in, friendship dramas, if things aren't working out at home, or just, worried about a test. Just turning on that music, just sitting in the presence of God and really just allowing his peace to just come over you in that moment.
Well, thanks, guys, for joining us and having this conversation about technology. I hope you guys had so much fun. In just a minute, you guys are going to head to small groups, and we want you to continue the conversation and talk about how you use technology to escape, and also to talk about how you can set your mind on things above. And so have a great small group, and we'll see you back here next week.